It's time for another episode of Knife Chats with Tobias, almost live. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So I mentioned in a short that I'm going to be doing some live or almost live dumpings of knives. And these are knives that are inside containers here that sometimes I don't even quite know what's in the container. But this, I believe, are some of my olive wood knives. At least that's what the two bottom drawers are. And then I don't know what's in the top drawer here. And I definitely have no idea what's inside the White Owl Cigar box. That might not even be knives. But this is going to be an almost live, so let's see how it goes. First get the... Are we set? All right, I think the camera is in good spot. I'm going to have to move this over to the side, and then what I'll do is I'll take one drawer out at a time, dump whatever's in there, and we'll go from there. So let's move this over. First drawer's coming out. And we got 4 knives in the drawer. Now, if you notice, there's a piece of blue felt on the bottom of the drawer. That's because I really don't want the knives resting on the plastic there. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but these are 4 knives in olive wood. And I think these are all, well, I'm not sure where they're all made. I think 2 of them are definitely made in Spain because those are Cudamins. This one, I don't know where this one came from. And this is by Belladeo, and it may have been made in France, but I suspect it was made in either Pakistan or China. Let's see what we got here, though. And all of these, like I mentioned, were in olive wood. I do not know the numbers of these knives, and I bet you Cudaman does not have it on there. This one has a 420 stainless steel blade. I think you can read it there. Basically like a 4-inch toothpick or so. Yeah, about 4 1/8, 4 1/4 inches long. Yeah, 4 1/4 inches long. Got a wonderful blade on there. Nice little saber grind. Look at how long that clip is. Now that is a California clip. Got a blade length that is right at 3.5 inches. So, and I got a little finger choil right up there in the handle. This is just a beautiful knife. I really like it. Feels really good in the hand. Stainless steel liners and back spring. Typically what they do with that when they're doing that, it's a softer stainless steel for the back spring or for the liners. So it's probably like a 300 series steel for the liners, so that it acts so basically that rubs instead of the blade. You know, you're not wearing down on the blade in the pivot. You're just rubbing against a softer steel in the springs. Got brass pins holding that in place. Just a really gorgeous knife, and it's an olive wood. And this one is made in Spain by Cudaman. I really like Cudaman knives. They're a really good brand, I think. Yeah, that definitely, the blade is definitely resting there on the back spring, which is something a lot of people would complain about. So I would not let this blade slam shut a lot. This is the other one by Cudaman, and this one has the ring release going on there. So this one is definitely a locker, and right at 5 inches in the closed position, maybe 4 7/8 inches. And you've got this gorgeous blade there too. Look at that wide belly on that blade. Almost 4 inches long on the blade, about 3 7/8 inches. 3.5 or so length on that cutting edge. And this is a really good slicing blade. It's just a beautiful full flat grind all the way down. Got a little bit of work on there for, you know, to get your finger positioned nicely. Again, brass pins, stainless steel liners. Got a really good release with the ring lock here. And again, you don't want to slam the blade down because it is hitting the back spring when you're shutting it. But really nice olive wood going in there. Yeah, really like that one. And that's these two are from Spain. This is by Kudaman. No, not Kudaman. This is by Baladeo out of France. Baladeo. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it's a company out of France. But I do believe that the blade is made in, or the knife is made in Pakistan or possibly China. Might have been made in France. I don't know. In any case, you got a wonderful hollow grind on this blade, and it's your basic sod buster. They have, I can't remember the name they gave it. I did a video on all of these knives so far. Matter of fact, every knife in this box I've done a video on, I think. I know I did a video on this too. But this was a really gorgeous knife. You know, especially for a sod buster. And it was a really inexpensive knife too. Same with the ones out of Kudaman. I mean, the Kudaman knives are in that $30 range or so. This one probably more like about $35, $40 now. I don't know. This one's very difficult to find now though. And then there's this one. This, I can't remember who made it or if I even remember. It was really an off-brand. It wasn't made by a knife company. It was made by a company that sold barware, basically. Because it, as you can see here, it's a type of picnic knife or a bartender knife. You got the crust wheat up here instead of the B. And but it is that same kind of latch that you have for like you for your various Legil style knives. It's got the little lock there, but you got a much fatter blade there. You can see it does kind of lock a little bit there. You got your cap lifter here. Cap lifter will work when this is closed too. The difference is you're got it like so, and you're lifting the cap. You know, pop like that. So first you think it's kind of awkward, but it isn't. It actually works really well, even when the knife is closed, and obviously safer if the knife is closed. But even if you're doing it with the blade open, it will work. And you got another hollow grind going on there. Got a nice little thumb nail nick going in there. Really nice blade. And obviously you got the corkscrew on the back there, because this is like what happens when you cross a large Barlow with a Legil style knife with the little pigtail going on here. And it's a nice little corkscrew too. Got the little give, so it goes beyond the 90-degree point, which is a really good thing to have on the corkscrew. You don't want the corkscrew to just stay in place like that, because then you have a chance of bending or breaking it. But if it has wobble on both sides, you can actually do some wobbling, and it's going to wobble at the joint, not down here where the bend is in the corkscrew. So that's the good thing about that. I just saw this online, and it's like I was looking for Legils. This popped up, and like, wow, that's pretty cool. And again, it wasn't made by a knife company. I'm sure it was made in China or something, but you know, still pretty cool. And how often do you see something like that? Well, that's the first drawer. Let's go on to the next drawer. Again, I know these are mostly olive wood. I know they're all wood handles. I can see right now one of these is not olive wood, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knives in here. And now we're going into some Opinels out of France. There, the blue felt, get that back in there. Got the little package of, you know, silica gel. Do not eat, but helps with the moisture. So I need to actually get some more of those and throw it in a couple more in each of these drawers, so that, you know, you don't want anything rusting. Or also you want to keep the moisture away from the wood handles too, especially if you're using a plastic container. Let's see here. These 4 were already done. We'll start with another Palladio here. This is Palladio. It says Legil in very big letters. I'm sure the Legil fans out there are yelling and screaming now, counterfeit, counterfeit. But when these were made, the law was just the reverse. It did not require the knives to be made in Thiers, France. And Palladio took the opportunity to make some pretty decent knives, I think. Both of these are using 440 stainless steel blades. And I believe they're both probably made in either Pakistan or China. Don't really know for certain, but really cool knives. I got this one first. I like the little shepherd's cross there. This one also has the shepherd's cross. And I also like the blade on this. Here's the B though. There's your B. There's your back spring. There's your B. There's the back spring. You know, it is definitely just a file worked back spring, but it is done in a factory. Probably CNC cutting on there. And you got a little bit of work on the blade there. Here's the, well, let's go with the one without the corkscrew first. Really nice. It feels good in the hand too. Got the overall length here right at 8 inches long overall. The handle is about 4 1/8 inches, and then the blade comes in right at 3.5 inches overall, with a little over 3-inch cutting edge. And you can see that it's really nice knife, nice wood. This side definitely looks better than the back side here. They say it's olive wood. I'm taking their word for it. Same with the 440 in the blade here. It's definitely cleanly stamped 440, and that is definitely stamped in there. Same with Legil. The way you know it's Palladio is because of the little, looks like an eye or something there. That's the trademark symbol for Palladio. So this was made by Palladio. This one also made by Palladio. Same blade and everything, same dimensions, I believe, overall. Yeah, also about 8 inches long, just shy of 8 inches. And yeah, same length of blade. The only difference here is you've got the distinctive pigtail going on back here. I think this one has a little bit nicer olive wood in it. Both about the same. Nice little corkscrew, a little tricky. It's hard to pull out, I'll tell you that. That was one of the complaints I had about this in the original video too, that this corkscrew is really in there. But it does rock back and forth, so that's good. And it does drop into the handle well. It's just very difficult to pull out, which is a bit of a problem. I would have liked it to have had a little bit lighter spring on the corkscrew here. Drop it down in there though. Yeah, really good looking knife though. And really functional too. I like the way it is. I believe this one's Palladio too. Yep, Palladio again. This one though, this is like let's just, you know, go all out on this Legil style knife and turn this into a proper bartender's tool. You've got a locking blade here, I believe, and it opens with a thumb stud, and you are talking about a much more serious blade than what you had on those other ones there. Let's see. Overall length, 3 3/4 inches. The cutting edge, about 3.5 inches. Not too bad of a grind on there either, really, when you think about it. Yeah, it's pretty decent grind. It looks like when you're sharpening it, the thumb stud's going to get in the way. It locks. It's got a liner lock, so the B is basically non-functional on there. Comes all the way over. Nice little liner lock. And then on the back side here, you have a at first I thought this is a label cutter, but no, this is a bottle opener. It's your cap lifter down here. So you got a cap lifter down here, or a bottle opener, whichever way you want to call it. And let's push that down. And then on the back side, you've got a corkscrew with the lever, and we're talking about serious corkscrew. And this is a true waiter's tool style of corkscrew. And you got the lever for, you know, setting on the edge of the bottle so that you can get some good pull on that cork when you're getting that bottle, or getting the cork out of the bottle of wine. This is, you know, pretty functional. I recall my only complaint about this was just how wide the lever is. I think this would have been nicer if they would have rounded out the lever around the edges here instead of making it so wide, because it does make for a bit of a pocket full, but I guess you wouldn't be carrying this in a pocket. I also have, I don't have it here. I wonder, maybe it's in a third drawer, because this is a couple open L's, and I should have an open L that has a corkscrew too, and it's not here. So kind of wandered away. But these are two different open L's. I think this is the number 8, is it? Yeah, number 8. The number 8 I think comes in right at 4 inches, a little over 4 inches. Yeah, about 4 1/4, 4 1/8 inches, something like that. And it's just a nice little slicer. This is an inox, so it's I think it's they say it's a Sandvik still. I don't know if it's 12C7 something or another, I don't know. But it's open L, and they make a nice slicey steel. And you got the little collar lock, which works pretty good on there. And I got this one in I think this is beechwood. And you see I got it because it's got a couple trout on there. So that's pretty cool. And then this is a number 10. And this, I think this is in Babinga. I don't know for certain. Might be Babinga, or it might be some other wood. But I saw it, and it's number 10, and it's their slim line. The number 10 comes in right at 5 inches or so. Yeah, right at 5 inches. And got a nice slicey fillet kind of blade. Let's lock the collar. Yeah, see, it's got a little bit of flex on it, so not a lot, but a little bit of flex. So a nice little fillet knife, I think, by Open L. Or do you say Opinel? Again, in the inox. I know a lot of people love the carbon when it comes to Open L. Let's get to the third drawer and see what's in it.
Alright, hi all you knife chatters out there. This episode of Knife Chats with Tobias, almost live, is being brought to you by Skip the Show's Volcano Club, where the neat meet the greet. Yeah, baby. And this month and this month only, if you're a knife chatter and you can prove it, drop on down by the Volcano Club and we'll give you half off on a beach monkey, courtesy Knife Chats with Tobias. Now, how can you prove it? Well, bring in a Knife Chat sticker, or just bring in a knife, like this dive knife. Say, Tobias sent me. Half off on a beach monkey. Can't argue with that. Yeah, so why be almost alive when you can be fully alive at the Volcano Club? Skip out.
We have moved into the world of waiter's tools and picnic knives, I think. And that's what we have in this drawer here. So this is for the Victorinox Wine Master. This was the Open L picnic knife. And then this was another Legil style of waiter's tool. This is in olive wood, that's why it's here. Matter of fact, this is also olive wood. This is probably the Open L beechwood. And then we got some extra parts for various Swiss Army knives. I've got the pen, the keychain ring, the key ring, and a toothpick and tweezers, and then a lanyard in green. So I'm not sure why that's in there, other than I did not want to lose it, so I left it in there. So now I know where to find it if I ever need it, right? And I'll just leave it there and forget about it again. We'll start with this. This is by, says Lisa, Lisse. I believe this is probably another one of those companies that specialize in products for, you know, for bartending. Okay, yeah, I did a little bit of editing. This is probably one of those companies that sell barware and not a knife company, but it is just a bartender's tool or a waiter's tool. And this is the this double stage lever for opening wine. You see that it bends in the middle a little bit, and that helps. And then also beyond here, you also can catch the bottle here too. And as you can tell, here's your cap lifter. And then you got a nice little corkscrew that comes out, nice long corkscrew. And the only blade you have on here is really the label cutter. And it's right over here. Stainless steel, probably a 400 series steel. And little serrations going on there. And that is, you know, your little claw for tearing off the foil or whatever on different bottles of wine and stuff, so that you can get to the corkscrew so you can lift it easier. Nice little waiter's tool though. And then we have the Open-L here. And this, I believe, is a number 10. No, yeah, number 10. So same length as this number 10 slimline. You can see that there. And this was the earlier picnic knife. They have a later one that has a kind of a metal cap down here, or wire cap at the bottom, that is used for a bottle opener. I might have to pick that one up too. I don't know. You got the nice long corkscrew on here, and it opens from the side. It does not rock beyond. It's just solid going down, which is kind of not what I prefer. I like it when it has a little bit of override beyond the point. But hey, the French know more about making a corkscrew than I do, right? Yeah, we'll go with that. Nice big flat blade that you expect on your Open-L knives. And again, this one is in stainless steel. Man, that is a nice little clip. Drops ever so slightly. But this is for, you know, cutting your sausages and cheese and your bread and everything else. And you could definitely use that for skinning game and stuff like that. And it has the ring lock, so that's pretty cool. And that is the Open-L picnic knife, number 10 picnic knife. And then, as we said, this is the Victorinox Wine Master. I've done a video on this already, but this is kind of my pride and joy of my not only my olive wood knives, but also of my picnic knives. And it's not quite the typical picnic knife. I do need to do a review. I've been meaning to do a review of, well, not that one, but this knife compared to this knife. And where's that other? And then this knife. Because all of these have different price points, all of them serve the same function. It's just a matter of how classy do you want to be, or how much do you want to spend on it. Because this is also probably the most expensive of all the knives here. But I just had to get it. This is 120 millimeters. This is the only 120 millimeter Victorinox knife I have. And you got this wonderful blade here. Well, let's see here. First of all, close length on this is also right at 5 inches. But when you open this blade up, did you hear that snap? That has a wonderful liner lock going on. Blade length is probably about 3 3/4 inches or so, and it is sharp from there on. So a little over 3 1/4 inches sharp. And if you notice, you got a liner lock going in there, and you might think that you have to get your finger down there because it's, you know, this is all smooth. How do you open it? You got to do that to open it? No, yeah, just, or do that to close it rather, see? No, yeah, press on the cross. You press the cross in, and the liner lock moves over, and you can close the blade. And then it has a second blade over here. This is your little label cutter, little hawkbill blade, serrated hawkbill blade over here for cutting your labels and everything else. And you could do some serious damage with that too, I guess. In any case, over here you have your bottle opener. Now that is one of the things that is a little problematic to me. I like that it's, you know, you've got nice smooth lines going on here, but in order to use the bottle opener, you actually have to open this up to get to the bottle opener. The other ones I have here, this one, oh man, I'm not even seeing a bottle. Oh, bottle opener, yeah, you got to pull it out on that one too. This Opinel does not even have a bottle opener. The new version does. This one has the bottle opener right out in the open right there. And this is usually the way you find the bottle opener or the cap lifter. Right there, you know, you can just use it right away. But in any case, with this one, you got to open this up, and you got a little bit of a hidden cap lifter there. You got a 2-stage lever for your bottle, though, for your wine bottle, for your pulling the cork and everything. And you got a really nice corkscrew there. And it does have plenty of overhang over there, so you can bend it around, get some really good leverage on there, and get your cork coming out pretty well. So even a nice deep-seated cork is going to come out with this one. Yeah, I really like this knife. This is probably my favorite picnic knife. I've got quite a few picnic knives. I should just do a video of picnic knives someday. In any case, last up, I guess, is the White Owl cigar box. I'm going to move these back a little more. I'll pose that one where I can see it. That's my favorite in the box so far. Here is the White Owl cigar box. This might be going in a totally different direction now. Yeah, we definitely went in a different direction. We got this hawkbill here, Rough Rider armadillo hide hawkbill blade. That's just in here. Yeah, I probably threw it in here because I had nowhere else to put it. Got this knife. This is a gift, and it is like, it looks like a fishing lure. Gotcha there, and you got a little blade on there too. So it's something definitely for the tackle box. And then this knife is kind of like a marlin spike knife. It's kind of cool. Got a big sheepfoot blade, and you got a saw over here. A nice blade saw there. I think it might actually be a metal saw. I'm not sure. And finally, on the back side, you've got kind of a long, skinny screwdriver. And then flat marlin spike going on there. So that's what this knife is. And that's what was in the, oh, and then two, what do you call them? Flea market special butterfly knives. These are anodized, possibly aluminum handles. 440 stainless. Yeah. Nice for practicing, but they do have a blade that is kind of sharp. But if you just kind of need to know that you want to hold on to the side that doesn't have the little latch, so that when this knife starts to close, the back side of the blade hits your knuckles instead of the cutting edge of the blade, so it'll close. But anyway, got that one in red, and then this one is in blue. This one just says stainless steel. One of them said 440, the other one just says stainless steel. These were definitely, yeah, look at the, yeah, plenty of wobble, very loose action on them. Once you've got it closed though, I mean, and you're holding it, the blade is tight, it's not moving. So these are definitely the kind of knives that, yeah, if you want to learn how to do some butterfly flipping and everything, What better way than with a $5 knife with a dull blade? You learn quickly on what side of the handle to hold and everything else. Not going to impress anybody with them. This one's a little bit heavier. I think they're both $5 though, man. Yeah, this one's got a heavier handle, the red. Anyway, that's what was in the White Owl box. And I guess that will sum it up for this. What was in that area of the collection? In this case, it was mostly my olive wood-handled knives and a box of junk. And with that said, I will let you go, and I'll talk to you again. Well, before I talk to you again soon, let me know if you would like to see some kind of comparison video of like these 3 knives or these 4 knives. That would be something I would like to kind of do. I kind of did it a little bit here, but I'd like to go into more detail on that. So maybe I'll do that in the near future. In any case, with that said, I will let you go and have a great rest of your weekend.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Knife Chats with Tobias, almost live. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.